Hey guys, can you hear me okay? Let me find the chat, guys. How was everyone tonight? Hey gamer, Angel. What's up? I'm in a weird mood, guys. I'm gonna try to whew, I gotta stop digging into these men. Oh, give me strength. Iconic. We're in a hole that's so deep that we're gonna probably have to call some professionals to get us out. Your cam just opened, which you probably don't care because you're so cute.
Thank you. I hit the wrong button every time. I feel like at this point we need freaking Coast Guard. We need life preservers. We've fallen so deep. I don't know if I can get back up.
Yeah, right. Hey, Georgie, Jessica. Yeah, it's pretty deep, guys. We got some more information tonight on the cannibal property. I'm convinced that there's some type of cannibalism going on.
Yeah, there's
And
no
then,
going back for me from that until they say otherwise.
ah, Jessica said NKIE. I don't know what that means.
All the way down the rabbit hole? No, because every time we think we're hitting the bottom, the whole thing collapses. It's way too deep.
Yeah, it is deep. I mean, it's so deep with the people missing and like finding other properties that Mr. Phelps had. That reminds me of Mission Impossible. Every time I say Mr. Phelps.
Yeah, that and your DJ Huff.
DJ. I keep calling Chief Huff DJ Huff, and she keeps making fun of me. Hey,
It's
GB.
cute.
Oh, Angel, you don't have to bite your nails off, but we still have a lot of work to do because the next step is to tie four more people to where they were. And yeah, you're going to see tonight, guys.
Save those fingernails. We're going to need them.
Oh, her phone's acting up. I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes, see if anyone else wants to join us for this fun, gory subject. Yeah. Did
Definitely remember trigger warning, guys.
do you guys yeah, remember this is going to be complete trigger warning, the whole entire thing probably. So if you guys can't handle it, now is probably the time to leave. Nothing well, I don't know. Some we haven't opened up some Jane Does that we found. That's I don't know, I think 8 or 10 of them.
It was a handful for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely some crazy stuff going on, guys. Do you remember I can't remember that guy's name. Let me look at my notes. So many names now. What is his name? Cox. Robert Craig Cox. Do you guys remember him last night in the documentary where we had heard something about a tongue being bitten off? Hey Pez, a tongue. Do you guys remember that?
Not sure you could forget, honestly.
Yeah, I did. I said, "Oh my God, stop it for a second. Did he just say that they bit the tongue off and then claim that he bit his own tongue off?" But then they said, "No way. The way the tongue was bit off, somebody else bit your tongue off." Angel says was, "Yeah, you guys were laughing about all the naked commercials." Yeah, the Alex Cox. He was the one from that was arrested. He was in Florida. Well, he's been in the Springfield area, of course, but he was the one that was taunting police saying that he killed the girls and his tongue got bitten off, and he said he had bitten his own tongue off. Well, we have the backstory to that, and that, yeah, we got a lot of stuff tonight.
It goes so deep.
Yeah, we're just gonna start in a couple more minutes because it's not gonna be a long live tonight. Hey, H Bird in the house. What year did Cox get his tongue bitten off?
Let me see. I think that's still in my browser.
And if not, it's in the Discord. Yeah, we had to actually copy and paste this article because they were trying to kick us out. So we're like, yeah, no, no, no. Pez, this is going to be um just some new footage and some drone footage of the cannibal farm. And hopefully we'll be able to see the cage because we haven't watched it yet. We're waiting for you guys. And then we have new details as far as them waiting to identify if Cassidy was on the cannibal farm because I'm thinking that she might be in one of those detailed freezer bags. And guys, listen, I'm going to say it one more time, okay? If I start laughing or giggling, I am not laughing at the situation and what happened to Cassidy. When I talk about stuff that's disturbing, I just can't help it. I laugh. It might be the birthday pie. I don't know, but I just laugh. And it's like a nervous giggle type of thing. Oh
He,
my God, I can't with her. Look at her with the McRibs. I just can't.
I love that so much.
Yeah, Angel, I do. I got some nasty comments. I can't believe you were laughing at those gross things about sending ribs to the neighbor. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I wasn't laughing at the fact that he gave the neighbors somebody's rack of ribs. See, I'm laughing now.
It's just such a crazy thing to even think about, but to try to wrap your head around an entire ring of these guys and then going and digging into all of this, it's just that's all you really can do, I think.
All right, let me just reshare my screen to make sure that I have put the volume on. Whew, guys, this is getting so deep. We have decided that we are going to make a chart of like the connections to because we have like four more people we need to add to the mix tonight.
And locations and extra properties.
Extra properties, locations. These guys were like, you'll see. You'll see. All right. I think we should start with the new footage from the cannibal farm.
Perfecto.
Okay. Let's see what's on the list first. Let me get out my notes. You see my notes, Hummingbird? Okay. Um, do we have a video on this one or is it? Yes, we do. Okay, guys.
Hey guys, Gronk here, calling a 30-second hair huddle. When it comes to tackling hair loss, Hims has you covered.
Okay, let me see what else this says. You might want to, I don't want to start laughing. Okay, can you guys hear me? You can
I
hear me.
can hear you just
Okay.
fine.
All right, I'm going to read this, guys, and I'm not going to giggle. Okay, so they're saying that it could be several weeks before more information is released in the case of Cassidy Rainwater. We got feedback on your side, I think.
1 sec.
And then it says the Missouri woman who was allegedly kidnapped in the Ozarks and held in a cage. Dallas County Sheriff Scott Rice told Star Wednesday afternoon, and I'm calling him tomorrow. I actually had to work a double today, so the Star Wednesday afternoon that he was told that it could be 30 to 90 days before forensic tests come back. We are waiting for lab results to pursue possible other charges, said Rice, whose department is leading the investigation. And then, of course, we know that this is where they talk about for weeks, few details about the case have been shared with the public. Even now, Rice said there's little he can divulge. The only facts that have been available come from court records explaining the kidnapping charges filed against two men, James Phelps and Timothy Norton. And then they talk about the photos of Rainwater on his cell phone that showed her partially a body inside a cage in a small rundown home. So here it says the cage was actually in the home where he was living near Windyville, about 160 miles southeast of Kansas City. We are trying to protect the integrity of the case. And then the preliminary hearing actually starts November 5th in Dallas County Circuit Court. Both of them have no bonds. Phelps in Dallas County Jail, Norton in Greene County Jail. Where did that thing go? The sheriff said swirling rumors, some of them making social media headlines across the country, are very frustrating for him and his deputies to deal with. So that's we've chased a lot of rabbits down rabbit holes that ended up nowhere because of that. You spent a lot of man hours and time chasing a rumor that somebody just made up or thought they heard. I'm in the same rabbit hole, buddy. Hey, Lanky. I'm in the same rabbit hole. Sheriff Rice. I've
We
got
need more shovels.
right? I got cheese balls and boxed wine. So they've already been charged with Cassidy's kidnapping. And they've been charged with kidnapping, a lot of other things. But then you have to wonder more charges because there could be minimum of 13 other people that they gave a little place to stay that never made it out.
And I would emphasize the minimum part.
All right, let's check out the new drone video. And then we'll get into the new players that, I mean, these could have been players like at the same time we're talking the Springfield Three disappeared. That's how creepy this is. I guess there's no sound. Oh, look at there's the vans. Oh, look at there's the vans. So where is the cage?
This looks pretty up close to the property. And if you're right about the red circle, I'd say right past those trees.
Let's get past this ad. I mean, when they show you the picture of the cage, you can see the cage, and for some reason, you do not see the cage in any. Unless maybe they took it. I don't know. I want to see if I can find that cage. Look at that. Look at that's 2 vans, and there's a pickup truck. So one van, and isn't it funny how the van body? Oh, they did mention a white van too. Oh, this is going to be a huge situation. I don't see a cage.
I'm hoping they were able to come in and get it before everything blew up, because it sounds like there was some time that lapsed between arrest and the traps like igniting.
Yeah, take us in the back. What is that? Ah, I can't even imagine what went on this property. Everybody better run for their lives. This is some great drone footage. Doesn't that van look like maybe at one time it used to be green?
It does to me.
Mm-hmm. Does to me too. All primered now. I mean, that's a lot of vehicles on that property, actually. And when did Phelps move into this house?
It was either 94 or 96, and the house was built in 92.
Okay. I wonder if we can see I should send this to the golf club guy and say, can you see your property on this drone footage? But see, look there was 2 places that burnt down and nothing in the middle. You notice that? Over here to the left and over here to the main part. It's like 2 separate fires.
Lanky is asking if there is domestic violence history with this couple.
Oh, this is not a couple, Lanky. This is 2 cannibals that took this girl in. And the girl has never been found, but they found 7 pictures of her in a cage. Why is that thing keep popping up? Go away.
Well,
Stop
didn't
being
we
rude.
hear about remains
It's
today? That
amazing.
there are remains that they're testing?
Look at the firewood. It's like the firewood is not even crispy.
No,
Yeah,
they weren't
Lanky,
together.
there's no couple here. Cassidy is still missing. And they got a lot of truck toppers. Hang on a second, Link.
Why do I feel like I heard they were testing remains?
Yeah, they're testing remains all right. Remains found in a freezer and freezer airtight bags.
Yeah, so we don't know who that is yet. I have a strong suspicion.
Man, that was some great footage. You want to read the article? And then another thing too is that we're starting to look into something with the Ozarks. Something's not right. We're gonna figure it out, guys. We're gonna definitely crack this cannibal trafficking ring. You want to read this article?
Yes, let me just make it a little bigger. Okay, Dallas County, Missouri. Crews with Ozarks First returned to the area on Moon Valley Wednesday to find any updates on the Cassidy Rainwater investigation. While there, crews got drone footage of the area. Ozarks First also learned Wednesday various court documents provide more details about the history of the property on Moon Valley Road. Court documents say James Phelps listed on the property as his home address in early 2011. Timothy Norton listed the property on his address in 92 and 93. However,
Okay. So Timothy Norton is the one who's lived there since 92 or 93, and
which makes
Phelps,
sense. They only ever
yeah.
specified that James moved in 94.
But then it says James Phelps listed his property as his address as early as 2011. So it's the Norton, the crazy gray hair guy that's been there for a long time.
Really weird. However, court documents say Norton lived in Wright City in 2020. A man claiming he owns the property the cabin sits on also listed his mailing address as being Moon Valley in 1977. But that house wasn't built until 92. The cabin and other items on the property were destroyed during a late night fire on October 4th. Ozark's first reporter, Bailey Stroll, spoke with the property owner who says he built the cabin. However, records from Dallas County Assessor's Office shows the property the cabin sits on currently owned by someone else.
Okay.
And we looked him up.
We got the owner's name. I think I have it right here.
And I don't think he's affiliated with any of this.
The owner is Raymond Warren. Warren. He owns the property. And what did it say about him now? The man that owned the property.
A man claiming he owns the property.
1997. Right there.
Yeah, 1997.
But when we searched the owner, who is Raymond Warren,
It said he's owned it for as long as the house had been built. So
yes,
I looked up the property records for it.
Weird. All right.
Angel said, "Wonder how much the owner ate."
Hi, AVH.
Hopefully never.
So, do you want to give a recap real quick? A couple seem not to know.
Okay, so
Like
I don't know how far to go back, but we'll say, okay.
I would go back to the article where you read about the cop coming over and kicking in the door. Like that right there just explains it all.
I'll start with her going missing first. So Cassidy went missing in July. She was reported missing in August by her family. They went and talked to these two guys, and I guess someone gave the FBI a tip beforehand, showed them the pictures of this girl in a cage, yada, yada. They bust in the door, fully, I think, ready to find her, but instead they found Timothy and James sitting at a table eating human meat sandwiches. And James Phelps dies into laughter because he's fed his neighbors ribs and he has to tell the cops that. So they get taken in, and here we are.
And didn't he tell that weren't they eating human sandwiches?
Yes, human meat sandwiches. I don't know if I cut it.
Then there was details.
They serve their neighbors. That I can't get over that.
Yeah, and then they had the hooks in the bathroom.
That's right. Can't forget that. Meat hooks in the bathroom that the cops saw with their own eyes. So they immediately were alerted.
That's when they got the warrant to go search the property. And then there was human remains found and something on the property. Oil.
Oh, that's right. I missed the part where to say, sorry, this is just a lot. I just stuttered. When they looked in the freezer, not only were the two guys eating meat right then, but they found several detailed labeled, vacuum sealed packages of meat that were specifically labeled as to what they were. So, sorry, had to throw that part in there.
And there was something about oil tankers or something on the property that they also found human remains in.
Up to 13 victims, possibly at this point.
Oh, and this is the cage, Linky, that they kept her in. The cage that is nowhere on that drone footage.
And so the first day they went, I'm assuming that they gathered all of this evidence, but then, like, what was it, 2 or 3 days later, the whole house caught on fire. So the fire department came out and they had to bring out the bomb squad because there was a explosive device. So they detonated that. Everything, like you saw, went into flames.
Yep. Then they came back and there was a second wire that we read yesterday. They found a second tripwire.
No, they said multiple detonation devices.
Yeah. Oh, multiple.
Yeah, several.
So Kenneth, Kenneth really might be the one that's, who he could be like. Let's show a picture of Kenneth so we can remind you guys, because this guy looks like he said.
My legs are literally
This
shaking.
guy. Okay, I'm trying not to laugh. Hang on. Oh my God, I'm gonna mute myself.
This case freaked me out a lot, but I think I'm getting more freaked out. I'm trembling right now.
I was actually gonna say these guys need to go on a vegan diet. Does that mean I know I'm gonna get so much slack tomorrow?
I mean, it would be a punishment they definitely need.
So the one on the left, he is Phelps. He had the address as far back as 2011. But honestly, guys, people don't change addresses. He could have been there long before. The one on the right is the one that had the house since he was there 96, 97.
I thought it said 92, 93.
I'm brain dead. Let me see.
I have a TBI. I'm only so useful. I'm pretty sure
Okay,
that said
so, and what was the year of Springfield? Yeah, Timothy Norton was there from 92 to 93. When did Springfield 3?
92.
Exactly. Okay, so we have got to build this chart. There's so much. So let me get rid of this comment because now we're going to go into a whole nother hole.
Angel, you're killing me.
We are getting ready. So the fire started when they got the tripwire. And no, there could be a third player involved, but he's not going to be in tonight's show. But let's show you. No, the fire started when Phelps and Norton were already in jail. So when they got there to put the fire out, they found a tripwire. The first night they set off an explosive. Then they went and found multiple.
Yes.
So
and I mean, what are the odds that that place was on fire?
I don't know. So then who set the fire?
Exactly, because it all lines up way too well that they weren't hiding evidence.
So then we found this man who is a bad person. He is an SP. He's on the offender thing. And he just so happens to have the same address as the cannibal farm.
What are the odds of that?
In 2015, good old Kenneth Smith. I will say this. When we read the article and the man, Dortzford, what was his name? The one that was in jail for buying the axe because he was going to, he online baited that girl. I'm not even going to say her age, but she was under 16. But she never showed up, remember, and they arrested him, and he's out now, and he's over in Kansas.
Hopping into Discord, go look.
He's up in that corner. It was like, I don't know, 3-hour drive to the cannibal farm. Let me see what his name was. Oh, wait, guys, now, so that...
Dustin Rekla? Is that the one?
We didn't talk about him tonight. This was last night.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
Let's see if I have his name written down. Gerald. Nope, that's from tonight too. Hang on. What was his name? Let me go into my history real quick. They just released him. He was like in England or something. He got sent back here to the States. I'm looking.
There's so many names.
Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing are the in that area is the man that escaped from Kansas Mental Hospital, who's still being held in Utah. Let me go back and look real quick. Well, we don't really need his name, but there was a man that was just released from jail because he, at 6 years old, do you remember the story now?
I
was
wish.
having
I'm having a bad brain day.
He was having those fantasies. And then he went out and bought an axe. Oh, there he is. Here he is. 1 second, guys. Let me share screen. I found him. I'm not really going to read any of this, but this guy, he's in the neighborhood too.
Oh, that guy. I forgot about him.
Oh yeah. And he's out. He's living a couple hours away. But this guy's twisted. And I'm not going to read it because it's like very sensitive, guys, but you can read. Can you see that part right there? Like, he is too evil to even discuss.
It's a little blurry. I'm not sure if they can see it.
Can you guys read that? A registered nurse, too. Can you read it?
Those last 3 words, guys. Yeah, I can read it.
And then if you look here, it says, that's what started all the problems, the dark fetish network.
Yeah, never again. Never, ever, ever again.
Okay. This is
There's
the part.
I can't see it.
This is the part that got me. Bollinger told police that he started having the fantasies of cannibalism at about the age of 6. So he's out. He's living his good life in Kansas, very close to the triangle of people in that area.
She couldn't read that specific sentence out loud because of YouTube.
Yeah.
But she did read the relevant part.
Yeah, even this part, when he was sentenced in prison in 2014 for children under, I'm not going to read that part.
But can you imagine being 6 years old and that is what you're making believe? Like, that's what you want to do. You're 6. Go watch cartoons.
Thank God she didn't show up because he was a registered nurse. He purchased an axe the day before he was to meet her at the train station, but the girl failed to show up as planned. So probably they got him, they were probably acting like or caught them talking. I don't know how it works in that place, but thank God they intercepted that girl getting to that train.
True that. Is there any way we could drop this article in Discord? Because a lot of them couldn't see the words.
I'll drop it in Discord. Creepy. Okay, but he wasn't even supposed to be part of tonight's story, guys. We were going to talk about him the other night, but then we need to put together more pieces first. But he's definitely in our he's in our chess pieces. We're trying to set it up.
We've got like a jigsaw puzzle of cannibals over here.
Let's get into this. Drone video we did. True crime, Springfield 1. Let's start with this one. So we found this article, and then of course you start reading it, and next thing you know, we had to climb into 3 rabbit holes after this article. Creepy. You cannot make this up. I gotta take a breather before this. I don't even. You're probably gonna have to read this one.
No problem. Angel, I thought you were in the Discord. Okay, so let me start.
Angel,
Yeah, go ahead.
you're in Discord. One sec though. Oh yeah. So what we'll do, as far as the Cox and the tongue, God, we'll read that part when we get to him on this part. You know what I'm saying? When we get to the 4 new players, well, one's dead, but he still could have been a player. Then we will talk about what we found on each of those weirdos, creepers. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Stacy McCall and Susie Streeter had just reached a milestone on June 6, 1992, when the friends graduated from Kickapoo High School in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay, wait 1 second. I'm not trying to be rude. But for those of you that don't know, right now we're talking about the Springfield Three, the mom, the daughter, and her friend that have never been found since 1992.
They spent the hours after the commencement hanging out, partying, reminiscing, and looking forward to the next big step in their lives. One day later, along with Susie's mother, Cheryl Levitt, they were gone. The Springfield Three simply vanished. 24 years and thousands of hours of investigation later, the mystery remains. Few clues have been discovered, though law enforcement continues to receive tips to this day about the case. The Springfield Police Department was notified that the women were missing by McCall's parents on June 7th, 1992. The home which the women were staying in belonged to Levitt. There were no signs of struggle, but the appearance of abduction, as well as all personal belongings, clothes, purses, money, keys, cars, etc., were left behind. McCall and Streeter were last seen about 2:15 a.m. on June 7th after leaving a graduation party. Levitt's last contact was with a friend at 11:15 p.m. on June 6th. Levitt was 47 years old. Streeter was 19 and McCall 18 at the time. They would be 71, 42, and 41 today. The women disappeared between 2:15 a.m. and 8 a.m. June 7th. A high school friend visited the Levitt home at about 8 a.m. on June 7th, where she discovered that the outside porch light had been broken and shattered glass in front of the door, which was open. She noticed that the beds were slept in. Sorry, it's a tiny bit small. The friend and her boyfriend cleaned up the glass, a mistake that they... Where did it go? 1 second. Okay, they cleaned up the glass, a mistake that may have compromised crucial evidence. The phone in the house rang while the friend was there. She answered an obscene call from a man. She hung up and the man called back immediately. To this day, it has not been determined if the call was connected to the case. In my opinion, it probably is, says the writer. Stacy's mom visited the home later and contacted the police. She also checked Levitt's answering machine, deleted a message from an unknown man that may have been another piece of compromised evidence. Tips include several witnesses who said they saw a Volkswagen van in the area around the time of the crime. Unfortunately, witnesses said the van was virtually every color from green to silver. Several people have provided the same tip to law enforcement. The women were buried in the parking garage of a hospital in Springfield that was under construction at the time of the abduction. No core samples have been taken, no digging either. A ground-penetrating radar scan allegedly shows the bodies may be present at the site.
How ridiculous is that? How could you honestly go and scan it and think that the bodies are underneath and you do not go ahead and dig it out?
I'm sorry, but we've had less evidence of where Brian is, and look how much we've done for that. But you have pretty good evidence that there's 3 bodies here that have been missing for 3 decades now, and you can't dig a hole?
Yeah, but see, there's the magic word alleged. They showed them with those machines, those sonar whatever machines, in that parking garage. I'm sure they would have seen something. Okay, now we're getting ready to get. Okay, guys, this is here we go with the new perpetrators. Hey, Tawanda. Suspects, persons of interest. So we watched Robert Cox last night, and oh gosh, I just, oh my god, I think I need to go have a shot of whiskey. Oh, Tawanda, welcome, thank you. I think I need to go have a shot of whiskey. I'm only kidding. So, do you guys remember Robert Cox from last night? Let me find a picture real quick of him just to refresh your memory. Let me find that blog spot from that interview that he just did. We're not going to watch the interview though. Can't make it up. It's creeper. So,
is this the
no. What do you think about him in the Springfield Three?
I don't know about the Springfield Three, but I definitely think him in the case of the two tongues is pretty bizarre.
Oh, that's the next part with that. So we have to read you a story you got about the tongue from last night because we were so curious to know what tongue he ate or who ate his tongue or how come he said that he bit his own tongue off when they said he didn't. So we dug and oh gosh, okay. I'm going to let her read this because I could not pull this off. Whew, prepare yourself, guys, because here it goes. This part right here is pretty graphic.
Sorry, I keep having to do this to you guys. Are you pulling it up or do I have that part? Oh, I have that part. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the part in Discord.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. In a rare ruling, the Florida Supreme Court today ordered a verdict of not guilty for a former Army Soldier of the Year who was under a death sentence in the 1978 murder of a young woman. In a unanimous decision, the court said there was insufficient evidence to convict Robert Craig Cox, 30 years old, a former Army Ranger. The ruling vacated Mr. Cox's death sentence, reversed his conviction, and ordered the trial court to acquit him of all charges. The state showed the possibility that he might have been one of several people who could have done it. That's not enough in a criminal case, said Larry B. Henderson, an assistant public defender in Daytona Beach. Mr. Henderson and the state attorney general's office said it was rare for the Supreme Court to order a not guilty verdict. Usually the court sends such cases back for new trials or sentence hearings. Mr. Cox was convicted in 1988 of the 1978 death of Sharon Zellers, 19. She disappeared after leaving work at Walt Disney World on December 30th, and her badly beaten body was found several days later in an Orange County grove near Orlando. Part of the tongue bitten off was Mr. Cox, who was in Central Florida visiting his parents, became a suspect because he was staying in a motel adjacent to the grove and because part of his tongue had been bitten off, indicating a possible struggle.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Tiffany, you cannot make that up. Oh.
So they each had a part of their tongue missing.
But why was he trying to bite her tongue off in the first place? Why? Because maybe he wanted a tongue sandwich.
Maybe. Mr. Cox's name was named the Army Soldier of the Year, Mr. Henderson said, and took part in the invasion of Grenada in 1983. In 1986 in California, Mr. Cox pled guilty to kidnapping and assault with a deadly weapon. He was sentenced to 9 years in prison and dishonorably discharged from the Army. The Florida authorities then charged him with Miss Zeller's murder, and he was convicted in 1988. Mr. Cox argued that prosecutors had only circumstantial evidence, and today the Supreme Court agreed. Besides the tongue injury, the state's case rested on hair, blood, and a boot print found in the victim's car, but the court ruled that their links to Mr. Cox were insufficient to support conviction. Mr. Henderson said Mr. Cox still must finish his California prison term. And that's the end of that. Oh, so rough. So he is now in Texas serving another term for life. What did he do for this one again? Wasn't it aggravated assault? I believe it said his release date was like 99.99 of 99. If you're talking, Mar, I cannot hear you.
No, I was listening to you. I think you should go visit him. He can look at inmate visitation.
Honestly,
Yes.
he's not that far away.
Now, didn't you say earlier too that he's got like a phone number where we can call him?
Yeah. At the bottom of that page, we just need his information right there at the top, and then we've just got to call him and boom.
Look at his sentence here, 9999999. He's going to get out. Aggravated robbery. And it was from 1994, 11/11.
It's crazy. You get out of an almost inescapable charge, and then you go and you commit yet another life sentence crime. Angel said to call him on Skype.
I mean, how do you not know that he did what he did when they're both missing part of their tongue?
Well, yeah, and I mean, they're staying right across the street from each other.
Okay, so let's dig into the other players, guys, because this is where it actually gets kind of creepy. I need to find that page. And here it is. Back to the Springfield 3 page. Okay. Let me close this out. We're going to dig into this little press website. We haven't had time to dig in that yet. There's a lot, though. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we could just break off a chunk and just go down just on that by itself. Everything is a rabbit hole with this.
You have to wonder if these people are somehow, this is going to be mind-blowing when they figure out.
And then goes back to cannibal trafficking and like a whole ring.
Yeah, I think that is we got a little feedback again. I think that's why you can't hear me. That's why we have to dig into the Ozark situation too. Okay. So not only was Robert Craig Cox interested in deep breath, MonkieMar. You're a I love you, Lanky. Yeah, I love you guys. It's a nice little community channel with good people. Okay. So not only is there Robert Cox, so now we have a guy that's named Gerald Carnahan, a businessman. He was convicted in 1985, killing Jackie Jones 25 years after it happened. He has ties to Springfield and a long history of legal troubles. So let's go look at Gerald Carnahan. Maybe we don't even have to read it. We can listen. You guys remember when this all breaks loose, you guys remember who solved this case. We did. Hey, Nita.
This week, a judge upheld a conviction in a murder case that Springfield has never forgotten. I'm Lisa Rose. Ethan has the night off. 35 years ago, Jackie Johns was killed. 25 years later, Gerald Carnahan was found guilty of raping and murdering the 20-year-old woman. Since then, Carnahan's attorneys have challenged his conviction. Now a judge has refused the request for a new trial. Nikki Ogle has reaction from Jackie's family.
I mean, it's something you live with every day, but you learn to live with it.
For Jackie John's sister Jeannie, no amount of time can take away the tragedy of 1985 and the many years that followed. It was June when Jackie went missing. Just a few days after her sports car was found abandoned and covered in blood at a Christian County gas station, 20-year-old Jackie John's beaten body was pulled from Springfield Lake. At the time, witnesses told police they saw Gerald Carnahan at the same gas station. He was considered a suspect.
We knew who did it. Law officials knew who did it, but there was no evidence. So this went on for years and years, and it was hard. It was hard knowing that he was out on the street still.
It wasn't until 2007 that detectives connected Carnahan to the crime with evidence from Jackie's body. Dee Wampler was Carnahan's defense attorney at trial.
It got down to about 8 billionths of a gram of DNA.
For Jackie's family and the jury, it was enough.
And then lose conviction, it's like, oh, that is the most wonderful feeling in the world.
At trial, Wampler questioned investigators about the preservation of the DNA and asked experts about its reliability.
The DNA scientific abilities have increased so much in the last 25 years that they were able to get a match.
Carnahan asked for an appeal, and a new attorney took over. Wampler says it's common for the convicted to challenge the evidence and their lawyers. A judge decided this week the trial was fair, and there's no need to do it all over again.
We made sure that he had the full constitutional rights that he was entitled to, and the system has worked. I mean, there is justice. And it did work in this case, albeit it was delayed.
With his conviction upheld, Carnahan will spend his life behind bars without the possibility of parole.
He's been where he should have been several years ago for the last 10 years, and I just can never see with the evidence that was brought against him that he will ever see the light of day.
In Springfield, I'm Nikki Ogle.
Dee Wampler says Carnahan could appeal to a federal court, but he says that's unlikely.
Okay. So, let me mute this. So basically, that's just a repeat of what the article said. Now, you guys have to remember the dates that all of this is going on. That's why we need to make a map. Hi, Patty and Pink. That's why we need to make a map, and we really need to, I mean, these people, they could have been friends, they couldn't have been friends, they could have hung out at the same place, but the connection, and I'm really trying to I want to talk to like a doctor and find out what is the connection with cannibalism and being an SO.
I'm telling you, it's called gynophagia.
Explain that again, please.
So,
guys.
Gynophagia, it's Latin, obviously. The first part's pretty self-explanatory, but it basically just means that you have I don't know which word to use here. You're very into torturing and SOing people to the point of where they are no longer breathing. And then past that, it is for the urge to eat. So it's almost like a full circle thing.
Ugh.
Yeah. There's
Hi,
some things I
Patty.
learned from the dark web.
What happened to Patty's arm? Her horse did what? He bit you? Hey, Shredder. That is disgusting. But like, how do you like even?
Well, there's also something called I can't remember the exact word, but it's like verophagia or something like that, where instead of having the desire to be the one eating, you were the person who was giving
Yes,
consent to be eaten.
yes.
So
You guys do not understand how deep we have dug. Now, this is trigger warning right here, guys. I'm going to show you an a recipe that was found in part of these cannibal people's collection. That's why you can't tell me that these people are not into this. You don't just find this stuff and say, "Oh, sure. Come on over. I got leg of man and I'm going to have to use a 3 kilo leg."
don't forget to bring your sage.
Was it the sage? Thinly. Oh, we need some juniper berries,
Yeah, they
nutmeg,
have like
and
a ton of
sage.
sage.
Oh, you can't. I'm not gonna read it, guys. You can't make it up. But like, it even gives you a wine suggestion. Yeah, you can. You can't make it up.
I feel
Okay,
really bad having to be the one to read a lot of these things to y'all. I'm sorry.
but this is huge. I mean, you hear this stuff. I mean, some of this stuff remind. We were talking about it, and it honestly reminds me of that movie Hostel. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
I
not trying.
totally agree.
Yeah, Tawanda, I know. This is horrible. And I don't even want to talk about Hostel, but the part that we spoke about. Oh,
And the
people
more
do
we,
this.
yeah,
I
the
mean,
more we
people
dug
do
in,
this.
it's a big community of people out there. It is bizarre.
Has anyone seen the movie Hostel? I don't want to talk about it like in the chat or mention what they did, but did you guys see the movie Hostel with the 3 kids that go backpacking? Hey, Tiffany. They go
Unfortunately.
they go backpacking and they stop in Amsterdam and they meet the pretty girls and then one goes missing and then the other goes missing and then Paxton was his name. Actually, his name was Paxton. He went and figured out what was going on and these people were coming like from all over the world to like check. Was it Czech Republic they were at? Where were
I
those
don't remember
girls
the
from?
details. That movie grossed me out so hard.
Mama doesn't watch scary movies. Yeah, this wasn't scary. This was beyond scary. And
It
then
was just straight
people,
gore.
so the rich people go and buy, people. They can buy an American, they can buy a Asian, they can buy a Italian, like whatever type of person you want to buy, and then they get to do whatever they want to do with them in this crazy. Yeah, you can't make it up. It's just horrifying. But this is what this is honestly starting to remind me of with a uncle named Hannibal Lecter.
And then, I mean, we found the Cannibal Club online, which is like
Oh my god.
they're elites who eat people, and they have a whole staff that you can go look at online, and it tells you what their jobs are, and they've got menus and all kinds of fun things. Oh my goodness.
Angel, what the movie is called Hostel. Like a hostel you go stay at, like a hotel type of deal. Okay, we're not done. We have to get into some more people, guys, because this is not over. So the only reason why we're tying the people that we're tying together right now is because where's that one article that oh, he's on. Okay, that's a different person coming up. Never mind. Okay. So now who did we just talk about? Gerald Carnahan?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead. You can handle Dustin, Michael, and Joseph. Oh, no, no. We decided to bypass them because they've been cleared. That was the boyfriend. Guys, look at this picture. Oh, let me share my screen. Shit. Oops, sorry I cussed. You can't make this up. I was telling her earlier about this picture. Look at this picture on my screen. What is that? It looks like a it looks like an eggshelled penis, right?
Yeah, I think it's just stacked eggshells.
I mean, what is that thing? It's like what happens when you take testosterone supplements? You get an eggshell penis, or like what is going on here? I kept closing the ad too. I'm like, what? Like, I'm a girl. I really don't want to deal with that. And why would I want to deal with it looking like eggshells? What is going on? Okay. Okay, here we go. So you want to handle him or which one has the list that we're going to go to?
Larry is the one with a list.
Okay, so let me handle Steven and then you can handle Larry, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, well, we can both handle Larry because he's got the last one's got a, oh my gosh. So we got Stephen Garrison, a lifelong criminal. He allegedly bragged at a party about killing the Springfield Three women and burying them. He is currently in a Missouri prison. So, where are you, Steve Garrison? Um, yeah, here he is. This poor, I mean, I really don't feel bad. I think he's sick. He's probably not even going to be around for much longer. So this is him. He's in jail, but he's in a diagnostic core center, so I think he might be sick. I'm just speculating. But he's in, let me make this bigger because I'm not reading this. Right here, his active offenses. Now remember guys, for some reason this is tying into the desire to want to eat or be eaten. Oh God, you can't make it up. I think I'm gonna try to whine instead of laugh. Hey, Michaels, that's not even funny. We're not doing any eggshells. Okay? If that's the case, you really need some lotion. Rub the lotion in the skin before you get the hose.
Oh, why are you bringing up another one?
Did I really just say that? Okay. All right. So this is what he was in for. He's definitely disgusting. We didn't look him up on the registry. Oh, that's one thing we didn't do. They might even have a new picture. But
I think we just
really,
found these 3 tonight, so we still need time for them.
yeah, we need time to map this out because yeah, these guys might have been hanging out with each other for a while. But he's not doing well. He's in a reception diagnostic core center. I wonder if that's like where people like that have cancer. And I'm so why am I so nosy?
It could be COVID.
Is this the one? Let me make sure it's in Missouri. Yep. Boone Terry, Missouri. That's the one. Let's see what this place is about real quick. Oh, that's funny. We've been here before. Hi, we're back. Yeah. Okay. That's where you go when you go from there, but we're not going to do all that tonight because we have a long one at the end here. And after him, we're going to wrap it up. But this guy. All right, girl, here we go. Can you read what he is? This guy right here.
Oh, that's
my
super
God. I got a mic down.
Okay. Larry Dwayne Hall, a convicted serial killer, he was a Civil War buff who participated in reenactments in the Springfield area. His brother claims that Hall admitted murdering the women. And the women are down further. Wrong guy, still a creep.
No, these aren't the women that we're going to go to. I have another website of his woman, but this is just they talk about thousands of people vanish every year. So this is another woman that we need. It's only this one woman, but this is not the list of the Jane Does and stuff that we have to go over real quick. But yes. So this part right here, from this one down, is important if you want to take that one.
Okay, 2 of these cases can't be classified as murders because the victims are still missing. All 4 of the women involved disappeared more than 20 years ago. Both cases occurred not far from where I grew up in Southwest Missouri. Angela Marie Hammond, 20, was abducted on April 4th, 1991 in Clinton, Missouri. Angela was using a payphone in the small town when a grungy middle-aged man driving an old green pickup truck grabbed her
Okay.
and fled.
Okay, girls, make a note. Guys, make a note. An old green pickup truck. Now, we've seen that pickup truck could have been primered out. It wasn't a van. We also saw a pickup truck on that land.
Angela's boyfriend, Rob, was talking to her on the phone when she was taken. He raced into town in his car and drove past the truck as it was leaving Clinton. Rob attempted to pursue the truck, but his transmission gave out when he threw the car in reverse at high speed.
What is up with this thing?
Originally a suspect, Rob was cleared nearly 25 years later. Angela is still missing. 2 other women were kidnapped in the area in months leading up to Angela's abduction. Angela was pregnant at the time of her disappearance.
So we have made notes to find out who these 2 other women are. We cannot handle that right now. And then this is just going to go back in here into the Springfield Three. So now let's go to the last but not the least. So this guy that we're talking about now, he died in 2007, but that doesn't matter. Let me close out some of these tabs because this is the scary file. Oh, look at that guy. Weirdo. Creeper. Okay. Whew. Um, so these are the suspected victims of Larry Dwayne Hall. This is sad, honestly. American serial killer who is speculated to be responsible for the disappearance and murders of up to 45 women and girls during the 80s and 90s. Many of Hall's speculated victims were mutilated and or found near Civil War memorials. Additionally, many of his alleged victims remaining missing, or unidentified. He is currently incarcerated at North Carolina prison for the 1993 kidnapping and murder of Jessica Roach. He has not been charged for any other murders besides Roach's, however. And then we're going to have to save these for another live, guys, because that alone could probably take an hour. But then it's so deep because we need to figure out the identified. We need to map out where these. There is definitely something going on in this.
And there's
part
a lot of
Missouri.
overlap on the map as far as where these crimes happened, when they happened. It overlaps way too much.
We need to look into Jessica Roach and see what the deal was. Like, was she taken in a van? Was it a pickup truck?
45 people?
45. Up to 45 women. 1980 to 1990. And this part right here. See, and then again, you come in to this, which is connecting to the fact that they like to, I don't know, like my chickens are cannibals. I don't know. It's just connecting for some sick, strange reason. But there it is. That's what he did to them. And he was leaving them by the Civil War memorials. But this is the part. Many of his alleged victims remain missing or identified. So some of them are still missing, or are they going to be found
And
on?
once again, my mind comes back to trafficking cannibal ring.
And then all of these women are who are identified. And then look at these poor Jane Does that you just can't even make this up. So we can't dig into that tonight, but we are going to be digging because there's definitely something going on. Ozark, we're gonna have to start digging for the Ozark cannibal ring. I just got this weird feeling. It's something with the I don't even know what an Ozark is, to be honest with you guys, but it's just coming up a lot. I know it's. Is it a county? Is it a town? I don't
I
know,
know there's the mountains.
but something's going on. Hey, menu frog. Jessica, I said hi to Jessica. Did I miss anyone? I always miss Nita. Is Anna in here? Anna, hi Anna. I want to ask you something. Hummingbird, the screenshot that you sent me last night. What was the question that Anna asked? Something about the couple. Anna, you asked a question last night that I wanted.
Oh, about Stephen Castaneda and his video where he talked to the couple.
Yeah, it was a comment she made, and Hummingbird sent it to me because I think I missed it. And Anna asked if somebody about spoke to a man and spoke to a couple. The Ozarks are lakes. Yeah, I have a feeling that that's yeah, you Annabelle. Let me go find it one sec. I won't show it. I'll just read it. Where is it? I'm still new at Discord, guys.
Yeah, the YouTube guy.
It might have been the YouTube guy. Hang on. It says, let my eyeballs adjust. He has a video up and he spoke to a man and a couple right after seeing that woman. Why am I confused on that? What is that about? Oh, the video we watched. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you meant another video, and I was like, "What?" See how good Hummingbird is? She doesn't let me miss the important stuff. She's like, "Answer Anna's." I'm like, "I don't have 6 eyeballs." Let me check my note card. You spoke about the tongue part.
Unfortunately, yes.
Larry Dwayne died, but we need to dig into those women because what we're going to do is we need to map out the people that are still missing that are in the crew of these people because it's all happening around the same time. But I, I, I don't know. Phelps and Timothy Norton, I think, are whew, I don't know what to think. And then we got Kenneth Smith. This one. Let me share my screen. This is who we think started the fire. This is the man that had the address of Cannibal Farm. What was it, 2017?
Yeah, something like that. And he's a tier 3 offender.
Yeah, a tier 3.
That's the highest you can get, at least there.
He's also the one that we said was in Hermitage, remember? He lived right in between Echo, Lloyd, and which I still think MacArthur, the neighbor, is the one that did something to Echo Lloyd. But God, I would shit my pants if they found out that Echo was there. But this
I'm
is
not
the
ruling
one.
anything out right now.
Yeah, I can't think of Echo being. I pray that Echo wasn't part of this. But this is the one that lived in Hermitage. So let's pull up the map one more time before we close out this live. And let's go see how close and weird this is.
Anna asked if we watched the video from back in July when this happened.
We have watched and read everything. And the more we read and the more names we find, like I am so far in like this rabbit hole that I am going to need like 6 FBI agents from Northport to come save me.
Yeah, at this point, I hear a new name. I want to look at the map. Like, where are they? How close together are they? I found another link with the Hermitage guy. What was that? Did we talk about that yet or no?
Yes, Anna. We've been in contact with the golf course guy. He uploaded today, but I'm really hoping he gets back to me. Anna, did you see the drone footage from earlier on this video of the aftermath of the cannibal farm? Well, if you didn't, make sure you go back and watch the drone footage. It's great drone footage. 2 separate fires. You can see 2 separate fires happened on 2 different structures, and there was no fire in between those structures.
What are the odds?
Michaels, you better not have eggshells. Go rub some lotion before you get the hose. All right, so the map. Let's just look real fast and then. All right, so we've got Moon Valley. So Stag Drive is where Echo Lloyd went missing, which I'm not feeling that she had anything to do with this. I could be wrong. This is the last known address of the guy we just showed you. This guy, who is a very bad person, and he had the address at Moon, the one I showed you guys earlier. Let me refresh your memory real quick. This creeper is that creeper, and he had the address in 2015 at Moon Valley Road. And he's a bad guy. Like he is what is he?
A tier 3 SO.
Let me zoom in so you guys could read that middle part right there. Right here. Let's click on more information. Oh! There we go. There's everything you need. I don't even have to read it. This is what he is. He is a monster. And he looks like a monster.
And he's lived with at least 2 other monsters. And what do they do when they get together?
Oh, he definitely lived there. No car. Your birthday's coming up, buddy. I wonder what you're going to celebrate with. So we need to fill in this map. I actually have a new map started with. I mean, it's just honestly turning into like less than a 3-hour radius of what's going on.
Yes, because like 6 minutes from where that little red dot is to the right, one of those girls was murdered. And what are the odds of that? Pretty much where that blue line is from where that red dot is.
Oh, wait a second. What town did we say earlier we have to investigate because James Phelps' family had property?
Yeah, it's in my map. Hold on one sec. That's what I'm talking about.
Is that the name called Preston?
Yeah, Preston.
Oh, look it. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Preston. Right there.
So it's just like they keep being right by each other and all along the same time. And that's why I keep coming back to the whole trafficking cannibal ring, because they have to have friends, unfortunately.
Oh, there's definitely something going on. So here's the cannibal farm. Right here. And there's definitely some more people. Now, everyone from today needs to be filled in. And then we have to open up, unfortunately, all of those Jane Does and see what they're about. And if they might even, well, not the ones that have been found, obviously, but we need to worry about the ones that are still missing and where they
Michael
went missing from. And we
Michael
need to fill
Michael
in the map.
said that Rainwaters own a property nearby as well.
Well, Michaels, if you get any of that type of information or addresses, you need to please drop it in the Discord. That's it, though, guys. We have a lot of digging to do. There's definitely going to be some. I mean, I wonder how many different DNAs are, they have found so far that they are trying to figure out who they are off that property.
Too much to think about.
You can't make it up, guys. This is going to be crazy. So we
You
have
really
some
have
more
to take it in
digging to
chunks.
do. If you guys don't hear from us, that means that we're stuck in a rabbit hole. I'm only kidding. But yeah, it's definitely I think this is going to be pretty creepy and I don't know, but I think it's going to be something that's going to blow a lot of people's minds of what these guys have done.
Mine's already blown.
Yeah, mine too, because when we decided to get nosy and try to find those 7 images of Cassidy in the cage, we ran into some stuff that was just, yeah, you can't make it up, guys. And people definitely do this. And that area right there, the way it's linking together. And then, of course, the guy I showed you earlier that went to jail for buying the axe, like he's just to the northwest a little bit. Like he's there too. Like there's so many people here. And everyone seems to have a taste for people. And oh, I'm going to laugh. Hang on, I have to mute.
I mean, think about it. What are the odds that they're all secretly sitting in their basements eating people and they haven't talked about it? This is just a secret fascination? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. These guys, when you run in a circle like this, I feel like you know everyone in your circle. But I could be
They
wrong.
definitely do. And they're definitely communicating on the dark web because of the fact we saw the cafe place. Like that cafe place was like, I can't even discuss it. But which brings me back to read what Michael says on the screen. So we got Ozarks are a mountain range and we got Ozarks are lakes. But that's not what I'm thinking Ozarks mean. Because explain what women mean, what women go as on the dark web.
Yeah, so in a lot of areas where things are kind of not okay to talk about, kind of taboo, they'll use code words. So what I found with women and trafficking is a lot of times they refer to them as cattle, as livestock, herd, anything like that. So say I'm trying to go through the network, I'll be like, I have a herd of 5 healthy livestock ready to go. And then you'll name your price. To a regular person, that's going to look like a normal thing. But if you're in the know, you know what that means.
Yeah. So we figured out like there's got to be code words and you have to have like these certain characters that you have to get at the end. And it's crazy. But people have like, there's a cafe in there where people literally go and talk about, like, there are people that want people to literally, like, just like not kill them and eat them, but like to eat a little piece of their leg, like while they're alive. Like, you can't make up what we have found.
For fun. Hummingbird said, how are these guys so removed from law enforcement that they go on for years? Is that odd, or are they all just that hidden?
I don't think, I mean, you know what, we're gonna find out, Hummingbird. We're gonna find out. But there's definitely a family of these. So what I think is, I don't think Ozark is the mountains. I don't think Ozark is a lake. I think Ozark might actually be a name for a group of people that have a taste for people. But we're digging. There's a lot to dig. Might be Nita Phillips. Look at what Nita says. Oh, hang on. I'm betting some prominent people involved too. Well, Sheriff Rice seems to be pretty healthy looking. I'm only kidding, guys. But yeah, we're gonna see. I'm gonna call him. If he doesn't talk to me, he doesn't talk to me. But I think I have a way with killing people with kindness. Hello,
Just
my
make him laugh
elderly cats.
once.
Hello, human animal. There's lots though that needs to be uncovered with this case. And they could have nothing to do with it. These people they have been friends and some type of connection going on? Maybe one of them has a possibility, but I'm going to find out.
It's worth
'Cause
looking
I'm
into.
nosy and I'd love to dig. And we have a lot of people to dig on. Like the Jane Does alone are insane, but we need to find out where everybody was found. We need to map this out and make a pin for everyone and see what we can dig up.
I'm scared, but at this point, how much worse could it get?
Hey, Michael, did you ever find any pictures of Cassidy on the deep, dark web? Ever heard of, hang on a second, Spear cooking? She
Spirit
might have.
cooking. Yes.
Yeah, I think she was into the cooking parts of the web, and I was like, what?
I've
Leg
heard
of
about spirit
man?
cooking actually before this, but this does lead you right into that line of thinking.
There's a lot, guys. There's a lot. I don't even think we've scratched the surface yet, to be honest with you.
I don't think so. And almost every time I get interested in a case, I always feel like it's already so crazy. But as crazy as I make it in my head, it always ends up crazier. And I think that's going to happen again.
Hey, Tony the Tyrant. How are you? Yeah, this case is going to be deep, and we're going to have to call Rice. I mean, I don't expect him to tell me anything about, freeze-dried freezer bags with detailed names on them, but I just want him to know that I'm sitting here eating Cheetos and I'm going to be drinking some boxed wine. Then I'm going to tell him to come over and check out my channel, and then will you please just come on and tell us what you can tell us? Wait, Michael said... Wait. What is that, Hummingbird? I'm well, Tony. I'm glad you're good. Thank you. Wait, what's going on, Hummingbird? Michael said, not yet of Cassidy. Gabby's dead body, yes.
In regards to
Hummingbird.
pictures.
Wait, really? What am I missing? Wait a second. See? There is something with Ozarks. Yeah, we haven't even done that. We haven't even looked into that for 1 second yet. There's a lot to dig into this case. And I'm not saying everyone's going to lead back to this in some way or another, but there's going to be a couple. And I hope those girls that went missing in the 90s, they saved like some type of like DNA they can get from like a mother or somebody, because I think they're going to have a lot of things to figure out as far as what they took off the cannibal farm.
Tiffany, I keep hearing about that case, but I feel like yesterday I heard that the part about the organs being missing was deemed not true. I could be wrong. And if so, let me know, because I've been hearing a lot about
Wait, what about the organs?
Okay, so there was this guy who was found recently, a frat guy, and in the article it says that his organs were missing, his teeth, his brains, and that his jawbone was sawed out. And I think they're trying to label it as not a murder, if I'm not mistaken. but it looks all kinds of sketch. But I heard that the part about the organs wasn't true, and I could be mistaken, but
Michael, how did you get that? You need to send that to Hummingbird. Hummingbird, can't you get Michael in a private message? Is Michael in Discord?
someone in Discord has that.
Well, I
Parents
know
said
how.
organs were not missing, but I
Yeah,
think the
okay.
rest of that was true.
All right. Yeah, so I got a lot of work to do. And I have to work tomorrow. So there I'll be sick when I go to the bathroom. I'll be Googling my phone, saving things in my drive like a crazy woman. Okay, Michael, Hummingbird is going to hit you up
It
in
might
a
have been him I
private
was
message.
messaging earlier.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you for coming in tonight. Thank you, Iconic. My
Thank
great
you.
mods. Thank you, members, for joining. This is a good bunch of people starting off, huh?
Oh, I agree.
I agree too.
Y'all join the Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. Oh, also, guys, if you want to, I'm gonna go ahead tomorrow and upload the chapters 1 through 5 of Lullaby, and I'll do it unlisted and put the link in Discord. Whoever wants to listen to it
It's creepy. Y'all should listen.
before the next book club night. All right, everyone, have a good night. Thank you for coming in. Stay vigilant and keep your babies close.